What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Boundaries. It's summertime, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. The sun's out. That's why I got my sunglasses on today, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. The fucking sun is a good vibe right now.
Dude, yeah, dude. I always see Theo Vaughn wearing his sunglasses, bro. So I'm like, dude, can I wear my sunglasses? I don't know. It feels kind of weird. I'm going to take them off. All right. Summer's over, mother... Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to stop cussing.
Stop cussing? Why?
Oh, I'm going to try to a little bit.
Why?
Dude. I don't know, man, because I don't know.
There's no need for that.
Why?
Because cussing is good for you, dude.
That's just bullshit. You guys were just talking all this crap, you and Becca, about me cussing on the show.
I wasn't talking crap about you cussing.
Well, Becca was.
I didn't say anything
she said
about it.
Because my kids listen to it.
I'm all about cussing.
I know, my kids listen to it. I don't
Sometimes, like, there was that one clip that I made recently where, like, every other word you said was fuck.
Yeah.
And so, like, I cut all the fucks out because it was just too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you have to cut out all the fucks out, bro, then I cuss too much.
But it's rare that it's like that, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
you were just in the heat of the moment.
I think I got it. I don't know. It's just something.
And someone fucking, did you see that comment they left you? You didn't?
I don't pay attention to it unless they're positive.
You're not gonna like it, bro.
Oh, I don't care. I don't mind.
Yeah, you got to comment.
You know what's up, dude? If there's haters, bro, we're winning.
So fucking the clip is this one. I don't know if you saw it or not. My phone will fucking work. So the clip is...
I didn't see the clip. I haven't even seen the clip.
I don't know if you have. I posted it. Here's the clip.
I'm just not doing the fucking whining, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the whining. I'm not doing the victim mentality. You can come to me with your problems, but we're gonna fucking talk solution.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I won't be in a relationship with you. I'm not saying I won't be your fucking friend. But what I'm saying is we're either growing or we're dying. And if you're not fucking growing, then I'm not gonna grow.
Right.
You know, so if you don't bring value to my fucking life, I am not gonna be around you. You know, and I don't want anything from you, right? Like I've talked about it before, like even a different perspective. But I need to learn something from you. You know what I mean? I need to learn something from you. If I'm not learning from somebody, if I'm not growing, I'm staying stagnant, and that's not the direction I'm going. You know, there's also a lot of people that have an opinion about that video in the spiritual community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There's, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a few. You know, remember I sent you one that my one friend, but she was saying like through messages I was misunderstanding her, but I think we were both kind of misunderstanding each other. But but it did like it did make me aware of some. I've been really like aware lately of my defaults or my defects that I have. I've been really aware of them lately.
Right.
I know you don't think I have any, and I love you for that.
No, I don't think that.
Yeah.
But I think that I mean, I don't know. There's a lot that goes into like that perception I have of you. I think that you're more critical over yourself when it comes to those things than you should be sometimes.
When you hear me mentioning those things of ways that I am, it doesn't align with that other thing that I have where I'm critical of myself.
Yeah.
It doesn't align with that because there's two sides of me. There's one side where I'm critical of myself, like, you know, where I am in life or things aren't good enough. But there's another side of myself where I think I'm great.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's coming from the other side. So I get what you're saying and why you would think that, but that's not that part of me. That critical part.
No,
it's a part of me acknowledging and kind of becoming a better person.
Yeah.
But I understand how you would think that.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I get this feedback.
Yeah.
From you,
Yeah. No. You know, and it's not that I don't think you have any defects. It's that like, I don't perceive you the same way I perceive other people, you know, who are critical over their defects because like you're very, like you just said, aware. You're aware of yourself, right? And so like I respect the fact that like you're always willing to grow. Yeah. Right? So it's not that like I look at you and I'm like, oh, like this guy has, you know, has nothing about him that is, you know, undesirable or
no, I know. I was kind of joking when I said that.
But you know, I do see you as different than most people in the sense that you're always willing to grow. You're always willing to step up. This is a comment that the person left you.
It says, Cokehead, infinite growth to benefit me or to hell with you.
Yeah. Cokehead, infinite growth to benefit me or to hell with you. So he's like saying that you're...
That I do coke?
No, well, I mean... no, he's implying that you're a selfish person because, like, you know... But like, if someone doesn't bring benefit to you, then to hell with them.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that's selfish.
No, but see, so that's society, brother. Mm-hmm. This is the shit that we talk about, dude. Like, that's fucking society.
Yeah.
Come here and feel bad with me.
Yeah.
Feel less with me. Feel down with me. Accept my negative energy and bring us both down. We talk about it over and over again on the show. Right. So that's a perfect example of it. I love that comment.
Yeah, I love those comments right there. I always give them a heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because on like YouTube, the channel can give a heart to the comment, and so I always do. I always give the haters a heart because like I appreciate them being haters, right? Because it fucking pushes me, pushes me to want to be even more of what they're hating on, right? You know, because. You know, like you said the other day when we were talking about stuff, we're making people think.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. And so the thing is too, like my friend that when I send you to that, what the stuff my friend was saying.
Yeah.
So I listened to it and so what we at the end of the conversation was like, we're both right. Cause we were right. I don't think I showed you the rest of the conversation, but we talked in person too. And we're like, oh, we're both right. You know, I think it's just a misunderstanding through text message. But what I noticed is right away was that triggered something in me. Right. So then after that, because I started getting, you know, worked up about it a little bit. So that's the thing that my mind kind of does, or a new thing that I've been doing is that, okay, I was triggered. Why am I triggered? Mm-hmm. What truth is there to that? Right. Or how did I take it, or what truth, you know, and there was some truth in it. And I told her, I go, well, you know, it had me thinking. And she's like, well, no, I didn't mean. I go, no, I understand what you meant, but it has me thinking and it triggered me. So when something triggers you, makes you mad, there's usually some truth to it.
Sure.
So it's like you got to break that down. Yeah. And I think this is just something new that I'm doing that's part of my healing process and healing trauma, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear that. I hear that for sure. So I watched that video you sent me of that chick, and I think we should play it.
Okay.
And, you know, it's I got it pulled up right here. It's definitely something worth talking about today, man, because, you know, I think we're both kind of there with her, you know?
You know how fucking nuts it is to be walking a path that you can't even see ahead of you? But yet, you're walking it adamantly with this knowing in your fucking soul. Go this way. Just keep going in this direction. Yet everything around you is telling you, turn the fuck around. What are you doing? No. Do not keep going. And yet, there you go. One foot in front of the other. Keep walking on a fucking path that's not cleared out for you with no proof in sight that where you're going is actually where you're supposed to be and that it's actually going to yield results. Like, this is fucking insanity to me. It's fucking insanity to me that if we actually did have a path laid out for us and it was all clear and it told you every single step of the way what you should be doing and how you should be doing it, that wouldn't be the right fucking path. It wouldn't be the right fucking path. No, the wayward one is the one. The one covered in fucking brush, right? The one where you can't even see where your footing is. Could be a cliff on one side, right? You got fucking bears on the other ready to attack you. Like, this path is fucking wild. It's treacherous. It's crazy. It's adventurous. And still, I chose to walk away from the path that was clearly laid out before me and told me every single step of the way, just do this, and do it like this, and you'll get over here. But you know what that fucking path did? It limited me. It put me in a fucking box. It told me how high I could go, how much I could receive. And it based it all on what? My fucking worth? Yeah, so this path, it might be fucking overgrown and wild and I can't see shit. It might make me question my fucking sanity a million times a day. A million times a day. But let me tell you something. I would choose that path over and over and over and over again. Because it means my freedom. It means my liberation. It means I get to co-create. It means I'm limitless. It means I'm limitless. So yeah, dude, like take the well laid out path and shove it up the fucking ass because not for me. I choked on that path for years. And while I'm scared shitless right now, there's something just so fucking powerful that is just strengthening in me day by fucking day. I feel like a warrior on this path. I feel like a fucking pioneer. And every day it's like I'm deeper in this conviction. I'm deeper in this adamancy of, that's not even a fucking word, on my path it is. I'm deeper in this adamancy of this is where I'm fucking going. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it's all gonna work out for me yet, but let me tell you something. This knowing in my soul is the fire that keeps me fucking going. And to anybody else walking a path that is not clearly laid out for you, and you want to turn back around because everything inside of you and everything on that path is telling you to don't turn the fuck back around. Don't turn the fuck back around. You keep fucking walking and you forge that path ahead. Do you hear me? 3 feet from gold. 3 feet from fucking gold. There was a story of these miners that were mining for gold and they gave up and they were just 3 feet away. And when a new crew came in, they found it immediately. We're not turning around. I see you. I love you. And know that there are so many other people walking this wild path with you. You're not gonna give up now.
Dude, when I seen that video, brother, I got teary-eyed, man.
Yeah, man.
It was just the whole fucking story of the past 3 years, man. I had to take notes right now because there's just so many things I have to say about that, dude. And the 3 feet from gold. That's how it is, bro.
Yeah.
You do something, you're doing something. Like I said, you put in 110% every day. You see no results. And then just one day, boom, it hits.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Absolutely, bro.
So deep,
absolutely. Bro. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, dude. It's like, it is insanity.
It's insane, dude. I love it, bro.
You know, and I've always said, you got to be a little bit delusional to get where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, and for so many years of my fucking life, bro, I had to have the certainty. I had to have that clear path. And it held me back living like that.
Play it safe.
Held me back, man. I stayed at the same job for 15 fucking years. I stayed with the same woman. I stayed, doing the same fucking thing every day. Every day was the same. Every single day for years, for over a decade, and it held me back, man. And now I'm living that life of, I don't give a shit about the certainty. I don't care. I fucking have a path and I don't know where it's going, but I'm going down it. Just like she's saying, bro. And life has gotten so much better.
Hasn't it, dude?
It has, dude. It's gotten so much better. And even, we're all always going to have hardships. We're all always going to have, unexpected, undesirable situations in life. And it's like, they don't matter as much anymore.
Yeah. Because
I've created that path of uncertainty that is so much more productive for my life to be walking down.
Absolutely, man. And it's like, that's like, not only that, dude, but that's like entrepreneurship. Like that's what it is right there. That's entrepreneurship. Like that's what it is, dude. And even in my spiritual awakening, bro, and my spiritual past and the things I believe in. And it's like, and that's what I love about this like spiritual awakening path, is because it's believing so deeply in something that I cannot see. Just having a knowing in my heart, my mind. But even at times too, like she said, it's like, am I fucking crazy?
Right.
Am I losing my mind? The crypto market, bro.
Right.
Fuck, man, I've gone through some emotions with it, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, boom. Not only do you not see proof, but you see negative proof that it's not working, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just held tight and held tight and held tight and held tight and believing in something I can't fucking see, bro. And it's like, I don't know, dude. It's a crazy feeling, man. And I know that if I'm not doing that, I'm not happy.
Right.
Like I'm not, man. If I'm not taking risks to something bigger, like I'm not fucking happy.
Yeah.
Dude. I've programmed myself so much that there is no fucking turning back.
Yeah.
There is no fucking other option, dude.
Right.
I'm not, and there's been times wanting to give up, bro. Times wanting to give up, times thinking I'm fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But this vision and this dream, it was placed in you. And I believe this, dude. You're already living it. It's on another timeline. This idea didn't come from nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your future self is already living this. That's why you're so stuck on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you look at all human things, bro, they're going to, you know, or your human thoughts, right? Is how this could go wrong. How could this happen? Da, da, da. You know what, matter of fact, bro, it's funny, dude. I'm talking to, you know, I talked to Becca about this new business venture, you know, that I'm thinking about going on. And her first response is, do it.
Right.
Do it.
Yeah.
Right. Just do it. Right.
Yeah.
I talked to other couple people that aren't entrepreneurs, but they're in the business of that I'm talking about getting into. And they're like, oh, well, this is hard and this could go.
Yeah.
And I'm just listening to them. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't even tell you people that shit, you know, because what can go wrong?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what our mind does, you know, constantly is what can go wrong instead of just doing.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So yeah, dude, I'm so grateful. And the thing is win or lose, dude, like you're going to win eventually, bro.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. That's the thing is like, you might not win right away, but you will.
Yeah.
You will. And as humans, that need for instant gratification, it just holds us the fuck back, man. And we stay on that, like, I need certainty thing because we know we want to know, you know, that something good is coming, that there's something, you know, coming that's going to satisfy our every desire.
And we need proof. We need to see it.
Exactly.
Or we're not going that direction.
Exactly. But that's what holds us. That's what holds us back.
That's what stops it from coming.
Yeah.
That's what stops it from coming, bro.
So I listened to that video while I was driving today, and it made me a little emotional too, man, because
Does it give you hope?
it's where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's where I'm at, you know, and you know, growing up, I don't know if you shared the same experience, but like, you know, our parents' generation, they were very much of the mindset of just be secure, know what's coming, you know, work a dead end job because it's a job, you know, don't chase your dreams, just know, you know, do what you need to know that you're going to be okay.
Yeah. I mean,
you know?
I didn't come from a family, my whole family's entrepreneurs.
Right.
So I was kind of raised in that. So I didn't, so that's also like where I get a lot of it from, you know what I mean? Like I was raised in my brothers, my father, you know, I was raised in that life, but I get what you're saying because that is the other generation. Like that's what they say to do. But, no, I think I got all my risk taken from my father, dude.
Right.
Actually, you know what I mean? So I just always been like that watching him, you know, and somebody explained that to me too. Like, or Becca was saying that, like, in our last episode that we did with her, she was telling me, well, not everybody thinks like you do.
Right.
You know, not everybody thinks that they can do that, you know?
Yeah.
but dude, it's like it's so powerful. It like gives you a sense of security and power that you're willing to take these risks.
Yeah.
You know, or believe it's like a comfort, you know, it's confidence. It gives you confidence, dude, in believing in something you can't see.
Right.
And especially when you're whatever God or Muslim or whatever you are, when you have full faith in that and your religion or the spirit realm or whatever it is, it's like, it's so freeing. You feel so protected, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Love it. That's where I'm headed. I'm headed down that path that I can't see the end. I was never like that before. It's only recently that I've started setting that up for myself, and it feels fucking great. I encourage people to step out of your comfort zone, because the comfort zone keeps you where you're at until the day you die. You sit on your deathbed and you look back. You say, I never fucking tried to do any of the things that I wanted to do, you know, and I don't want to be there. I don't want to be on my deathbed saying I didn't try anything.
It takes balls, bro.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? It takes balls like that. It takes balls to take those risks.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Definitely. Yeah, but no one that's successful ever got successful not taking risks, man. Yeah,
but society doesn't want us to be like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
Definitely not. Definitely not, because that it doesn't. When you set a path for yourself and you're taking actions to, you know, become who you want to be, that's not serving of society. That doesn't, you're not controlled that way, you know, and society needs us to be under control.
But see, here too, it's like, and then when you win, bro, people are like, oh, he got it easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I seen a video the other day about crypto. We're like, oh, he got lucky in crypto.
Right.
Do you know what you have to fucking go through, dude?
Yeah.
The emotions you have to fucking go through, bro. Like fucking, you got fucking lucky.
Right. Right. For sure.
It's crazy, bro. How about, do you see this thing on Trump, man? Fucking Trump's taking out big pharma, bro.
Yeah, I was hearing a little bit about it. I know that, you know, I was watching him saying that we're going to pay the lowest price, whatever the lowest price is across the world. Whoever's paying the lowest price, that's what our price is going to be.
Under 50%.
Right.
Big pharma's fucked.
Yeah, man. You know, and it's funny because, like, you know, everyone wants to believe that, you know, Trump's no good for America, and I'm just wondering what people are going to be saying after he makes this happen,
bro. And then. But this is what I'm talking about, like the world shifting into another dimension. Like this stuff's unreal, dude. Like it's never happened. And in Saudi Arabia, when he went to see them in Saudi Arabia, they called him the king of the world.
All right.
Dude, who knows what's going to be happening, bro? Exactly. Because he's not just our president, but I believe, and I'm not trying to be, but I believe he's saving the world right now.
Yeah.
He's not just saving our country. He is saving the fucking world right now.
Right.
With you know, the war going on and stopping that, you know, and like just everybody respects him so much. I feel like the whole world sees him as the hero.
Yeah. And you know, everyone who's against him wants to act as if like he bows down to the other dominant powers of the world.
So smart,
he
bro.
controls those people. You know, everyone's like, oh, Trump bows down to Israel, which, you know, I'm not a fan of the apartheid and the terrorism that Israel brings. But, you know, he was getting along with Israel, right? And he was supporting Israel. And everyone's like, oh, he's bowing down. But no, he's not. Because once Israel would not allow him to guide them down the path that we need them to go down for the sake of the world, he said, no, fuck you. We're not supporting you anymore. We're not helping you anymore. And so, you know, what are people saying now? Is he still bowing down? Fuck, he was never bowing down to them. Never.
He's winning, bro. He's about winning. See, people want to put it about feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
He's doing what it takes to win and be powerful.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes with the lowering of pharmaceuticals. We need that, man, because in America, we pay so much for that shit, bro. Yeah. We pay so much for that stuff, and while other countries are paying pennies on the dollar compared to what we're paying. So I'm real excited about that. I think that's good for our country. Because man, people die because they can't get a hold of the medicines that they need because it's so damn expensive.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, man. What else you got?
Oh, well, I don't know. I was looking right now, dude. But I'm reading this book right now. It's called not the Surrender Experiment was the last one I read, but it's called Untethered Soul. So what this whole book is it's about your mind, that voice in your head, right?
Yeah.
And how that voice in your head and how we shouldn't listen to that voice in your head. Okay. It's been super valuable and like super, and it's understood a bunch of stuff, man, about like, okay, why would you listen to the voice in your head? And we've talked about this. We talked about it before and you're like, well, the voice in my head made me create this, right?
Yeah.
But the voice in your head, it's like talking to somebody who's not reliable, who's not consistent, right? And so it's about detaching from that. Right. It's like not ignoring it, but kind of letting it go through. And it's just like helped me so much lately, man, of noticing it. And also like, because, you go off on these tangents, these negative tangents or whatever. And this voice is literally speaking in your head and taking you down this whole fucking road, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, how do we overcome that, and how do we conquer? And the fucking thing doesn't stop, dude.
Right.
It annoys me sometimes, bro. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? But what it's teaching in this book is about looking at it from an outside perspective. And also, and I've been practicing it, dude, like saying hello in your head and like saying to yourself, hello, hello, when you start to do that and it stops it because then you realize that voice is talking in your head, right? So anyways, that's
interesting. Yeah, I get the idea that it's not reliable because you sit there and that voice just makes you contemplate all day. That voice is contemplating and procrastinating on fucking everything. And it tells you to do all these fucking things that are the opposite of what you should be doing, right? So I get that. That's pretty interesting. So that's the one that's the same author as the other book, right?
Yeah. And also what it's saying too is like, run life through your eyes, through what you're looking at, not what your mind is saying.
Right.
Because if you think about it, we go around and it also talks about like, okay, so you had this girlfriend, this ex-girlfriend from when you were younger, right? And she drove a blue Mustang. And then years later, you guys are all broken up or whatnot. And then and then you see somebody in a blue Mustang and it's a couple and they're hugging, right? And so anyways, now I don't even know how to explain it, dude. I shouldn't even start this, but yeah. So it's like later on you go in life and you get into a new relationship and you see a blue Mustang and you think of a girl hugging another guy and it affects your relationship type of thing is what I'm not explaining it right.
No, I get what you're saying.
So little stupid things like that are actually ruining our lives, right? Like we sit there and we go down and we say, oh, I want something to eat, or you're sitting there at home watching TV, right? And you're like, oh, I want something to eat. Oh, I don't want to drive. Oh, this or that. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I don't like that food. All the think about all the shit that goes on in your head, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And quieting that voice, and it's all unnecessary, and it's all completely fucking ruining your life and your mood.
Right. Right. No, so, I get that. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. Fucking Andrew Huberman did a podcast with some dude, and they did an entire podcast about your inner monologue and now you're talking about these books, and it's interesting to me because like, it's such your inner monologue is such a fascinating thing, but like with what you're saying, like, we don't typically think about it. We don't think about this. And when you put some actual thought to it, like, yeah, man, it actually, this thing that you can't control that won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You think it's just a part of normal life, but when you really put some thought to it, you realize that it your inner monologue affects the way that you live. It's not just this voice in your head, but it's making decisions for you.
Right.
It's interesting thoughts for sure.
Let's watch this one. This is Neville Goddard. I was telling you about it, remember?
Oh, okay.
you believe that God is a monarch, an absolute, omniscient, and omnipotent authority, shall we say a sort of cosmic ego, then to claim to be that is to introduce democracy into the kingdom of heaven, to usurp divine authority, and to speak in its name without proper authorization. And they asked Jesus, by what authority do you speak? Of heaven or of men? And he was tricky about answering that one. He said, by what authority did John the Baptist speak? And they were nervous about answering that one. So the gospel of Jesus, which of course was hushed up from its inception, was that wake up everybody and find out who you are. Asking that, again in the Gospel of St. John, they, pointing to his disciples, may be one, even as you, Father, and I are one. And when he was accused of blasphemy, the Jews took up stones to stone him, you know. And he said, many good works have I shown you from the Father, and from which of these do you stone me? And they said, for a good work we don't stone you, but for blasphemy, because you being a man make yourself God. Now listen to the reply. He said, is it not written in your law, I have said ye are gods? And if that is what the scripture says, it can't be denied. So why do you tell me I blaspheme because I say I am a son of God? No answer. Because I said I am a son of God. It doesn't say that in your King James translation. It says I am the Son of God. And you'll see the italicized, and you will think that that is for emphasis if you don't realize that passages in italics in the King James Bible are interpolations by the translators. In Greek, leaving out the definite article is equivalent of having the indefinite article. Weos to theou is a son of God, not oios to theou. So son of, in Hebrew and in Arabic, means of the nature of. When we call someone a son of a bitch, we mean bitchy. And so if you call someone a son of God, you mean divine. Of the nature of God. As the Nicene Creed subsequently defined it, he is of one substance with the Father. But what happened was that this being blasphemy for the Jews, it became blasphemy for the Christians, for anyone else than Jesus to say it. They said, okay, baby, it was so with you, but there it stops. No more of this business. And as a result of that, Jesus was made irrelevant by pedestalization, by being kicked upstairs. In spite of the fact that he said, greater works than these that I do shall you do. Oh no, upstairs with you, baby, because we just can't have that sort of thing going on in a monarchical universe. We are not going to have democracy in the kingdom of heaven. So this is why the gospel is impossible, because we are supposed to follow the example of Christ, where he says, for example, be not anxious for the morrow. Do not worry about what you shall eat, what you shall drink, and what you shall wear. God will take care of you. Doesn't he take care of the birds? Don't the flowers grow? They're wonderful, they're crazy, they're great. What are you worrying about? I've never heard a sermon preached on that. Never. Because it's totally subversive. The economy would crash. So they say, oh yes, that's all very well, but he was the boss's son. See, he had that colossal advantage. Take up your cross and follow him. Hey, but wait a minute. I don't know I'm going to be resurrected 3 days later. I can't do all those miracles. He had an unfair advantage. So how can you ask us to follow the example of Christ? But supposing he didn't have an unfair advantage. Supposing that what was true about Jesus as a son of God is true of us. Only a few of us know it.
So
What'd you say the person's name is?
Neville Goddard.
Neville Goddard. That was Alan Watts.
Oh, was it Alan? Is that what it
Yeah.
said? Oh, okay. I thought it was Neville Goddard. It's Alan
Okay, I
Watts.
thought I misunderstood you or something at first, but okay, so that's not the other person you're talking about. But yeah, Alan Watts is crazy. When I was younger and I would like, do things like eat fungi and stuff like that. I would eat fungi and go watch Alan Watts videos.
Oh, so you know about him.
So
I was just thinking Neville Goddard because he has this voice. It sounds like Neville Goddard.
Right.
But you see what they're saying, man, and how and how the religion and the Bible has taken. So here, what's your opinion? So look, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, right? Okay, that's what they say, right? So he's the Son of God. We're all God's children. So what makes us different from him?
Yeah, so I have to look at this when we're going to get deep into this discussion. I'm a Muslim, so I look at this from my religious beliefs, right? So yes, what I believe is that God doesn't have children. I'm not denying the fact that in those days they could have used the term father, calling God Father, and calling people the children of God, or calling Jesus the Son of God. But there's a lot of truth to that video in the sense that yes, a son of God. Jesus is a son of God. And that he has been put on a pedestal and made out. And I like how he explains that it stopped with Jesus. So Jesus said, I am a son of God. And they said, all right, no one else can say that now, right? So you're the son of God.
Right.
And that was not Jesus' intention, I don't believe. Because in John 17:3, he does say, the Father and I are one. But I believe it's John 17:3. Somewhere in John, I and the Father are one. And so people attribute that to him saying that I am God. But he also says, I would have to find the verse, but in the Bible, he also says, I and the disciples are one. So are the disciples God too? So no. So I very much believe that Jesus, his intention by calling himself the Son of God is that intention that we are all children of God. From my religious background, I don't say that. I don't say we're children of God. I don't believe in it that way. But looking at it from an outside perspective, yeah, I don't believe the intention was to say that he is the Son of God. I believe the intention was to say that, I guess, yeah, God is within us.
Yeah, I mean, he said many times, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You can do as I do. Said it many times.
Mm-hmm.
But what this guy's also saying is they leave that part out,
mm-hmm.
right? And look what he said. The birds and the flowers and everything are fed, and they don't have to do anything. But if society knew that, so right away they put a stop to it.
Right.
That you're capable of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just praise Jesus and praise, and stay small.
Right.
And that's what they've done since the fucking beginning. I so believe it, bro, that me and God are one. That we are all fucking one. It doesn't make, and nothing else makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Can I stand here and turn one fish into 200 fish? I mean, yes, I don't think like magically I could, right? But manifesting, you could definitely manifest it, So, and then how do we know that's even how it went? Did those 100, 200 fish just appear? You know what I mean?
Right.
So again, it's a metaphor for everything, but I mean, I truly believe it, man, that I am God and God is me. I mean, I know it, you know, and I don't believe it from any religion or any book or because they said it, right? It's more of a knowing. You know, all my beliefs come from a knowing that I have inside of me. It has nothing, because, you know, I go to church, bro. I listen to all kinds of different religions and Buddha and all these different fucking things. This is just an inner knowing that I have.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm probably a little different in that sense.
Because I can't believe what people say. So that's why I don't follow any kind of religion or anything or the Bible or reading the Bible or anything. It's just an inner knowing that I have to find on my own. Like I get that. That's my religion. Like because there's so many different aspects for everybody. So for me to go and say Christianity in the Bible, and for me is, okay, you're telling me that, so I believe it. That's a human. A human telling me that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to believe in anything that a human tells me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I hear you for sure. I believe that God is a separate entity from me. I believe that he's a creator. I don't believe that Jesus is God. I believe Jesus was a prophet of God, a messenger, and brought a message. I don't believe that he is God, though. And I don't believe in the whole Trinitarian idea that there's a Father, a Son, and a Holy Spirit, and all three of them equal God, because 1 + 1 + 1 doesn't equal 1. And so I align somewhat with what's being said in that video, in the sense that, you know, I get the idea that he's a son of God, not the Son of God. And so I get that. I believe that God is within me, in the sense that you know, he's chosen me and you know, put his spirit into me. If that's the right way to say that. But yeah, I definitely don't believe in the whole idea that Jesus is God. I can't believe that. I can't believe that anyone is God the creator.
Well, I don't think anybody's saying that, bro. I mean,
well, no, Christianity.
I know they put Jesus as God. I know they praise Jesus, and they do that more than they do God. And yeah, I totally don't agree with that. And also, you think that Jesus or whatever wanted you to, where the fuck did they say to praise me?
Right.
And worship and praise. Never did he say it. That was invented by the humankind. A humble, loving God, Jesus Christ, would not want to be praised and put on fucking Christmas cards. And you know what I mean? And all this crap. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's what I'm saying. I'll never praise a man.
Or to praise death, him hanging on the cross.
Right. I can't believe that either, because I can't believe that a loving God would okay, say Jesus is the Son of God. I cannot believe that a loving God would make his own son go through all that pain.
Well, and I get what you're saying, and I had the agreement with God, like God is not a punishing God, right? But that was, I believe, like, it wasn't pain really, because he had a knowing, right? So he was different. He knew of the outer spiritual realm. He knew where he was going. He knew he was going to be resurrected. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that example had to be for all, I think, beliefs and religion or having faith like that. Like I said, it's a metaphor. Like that metaphor had to be put out there, you know. And this other girl that I watch online, that's, you know, spiritual, they talk about, and this other book that I read too, which is the surrender experiment. This guy and he did yoga and everything else, and like in their altar, they had Jesus and Buddha up there, right? Like as in they were prophets. You know what I'm saying? Like both things were real. Right? They were just all kind of prophets. It was on that timeline. So what she's saying, like, if you were part of that timeline, then yeah, it happened. And that's why I say, like, everybody's right. Like, everybody's religion and everything, if it's love, it's God. You know what I'm saying? So I think everything is Buddha's right. Jesus Christ is right. All the fucking details of who praises what or all that doesn't matter, right? It's about the vibration of love and doing good things and treating others good. You know what I mean? That's what it is to me. And I feel, and God to me, I am God. Everybody is God. And God to me is an energy source. That's how I see God. I don't see him as a person or somebody. I see him as an energy source that is just going through everything. And that's why God is within me. And that's how I see God. Like that's my own, I came to that own conclusion, not from any religion, but that one makes the most sense to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. And that's a wrap. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah. I get it, bro. I get it. Yeah.
So yeah, I think
sure.
everybody's right.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm with you on it.
Are you sure?
I don't
I'm
think,
not trying to get you to believe
I don't
what
think
I believe.
that everybody's necessarily right. I think that everybody is entitled to believe what they believe, and as long as they're believing good and exerting love, then I'm not going to pass my judgment or my beliefs on to them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not necessarily saying everybody's right, dude, but it doesn't matter. Like the details don't matter, bro, right? Like it doesn't matter to me that they're you know, when I go to church, man, and I fucking see everybody and they're praising Jesus and they're worshiping, that's fine for them. It's creating this goodness, it's creating love, and it's creating God. You know what I mean? So like it's okay, or whatever religion. But religion is meant, having a belief in something and saying somebody else is wrong, it causes separation.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's meant to do, is cause separation, man. When I see people and they're, but I'm Christian and I'm this, they're identifying with their religion, right? Instead of identifying with God.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And to me, it seems closed-minded, you know, and even like spiritual people are like, I'm not going to church and this or that. And it's like, dude, why? It shouldn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Wherever God is, you know, wherever love is, you know? But the judgmental stuff like that, dude, that's not God, bro.
Right.
You know, and it's not a relationship with God. It's a relationship with the religion.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying there, for sure. Yeah. Religion has definitely destroyed many things in this world. And it's not the religion. It's the use of religion. It's the use of religion for
power and
personal and political gain.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's the biggest sin. If any, like that's the worst.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you're deceiving people to believe that the wrong that you're doing is right based on this religion.
Yeah.
And that's not
right.
right.
They use it to control people, and they've been doing it since the beginning. So that's human nature. You know, the Romans did it from the beginning, and they used all this religion and to punish people and all these fucking, it's just insane and sick. You know what's crazy, dude? I was driving by this I've never done it before, bro, but it's on the avenue. It's a psychic reading and tarot card reader. So I was like, I just drove by. So I called him up. I was like, you know, yeah, I was just seeing if anything's available right now that they didn't. So anyways, a couple days later, so I have an appointment for this morning, right? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to, I shoot her a text. I go, you know what? I'm going to have to cancel. Right. And she says, okay. And then she calls me and she goes, oh, do you want to reschedule? I said, no, I don't want to reschedule. You know, I go, I'm busy, whatnot. I'll call back, you know, later. And she's like, really? Well, I can feel that, you know, you have a lot of trauma right now. And it starts this little fucking hustle, bro. And I was like, dude, you're so stupid. I said, yeah, of course we all have fucking trauma.
Yeah.
What, you fucking genius? Cause you figured that out. But the way she's like trying to scam me and hustle me, bro, was like such bullshit.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's you know,
you're using things to pull
people's emotions and saying the most generic things that everyone goes through to grab at your emotions.
Yeah.
You know, to hustle you is what that is, for sure. I can't get into like the tarot card thing or like the those kinds of things because I don't believe I'm meant to like, that's all about like determining your future. Like,
yeah, I mean,
knowing your future. And I don't believe I'm meant to know the future.
It's more like just I mean, there is real ones, man. Like I've done it with where it's real, and it's more like a confirmation. It's like, it's not like they're reading your future, but it's a confirmation of stuff you already knew. But there's a bunch of bullshit out there. I've done it once with this girl, and it was just like, okay, yeah, that's confirmation. Just like that video right now from her. Like that was confirmation, dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was confirmation. I'm doing the fucking right thing, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's more of that. But to say anybody can like read the future, no, I don't believe in that.
Right.
You know, because even these people that channel, that I believe and I listen to, and I believe they are channeling spirits from the realm, right? Like I can, you know, like Abraham Hicks, and they're never telling anybody their future.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all these people that are channeling, bro, they're never telling, they're just answering questions about life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're never like having anybody's, because our future's going to be changed at any time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I grew up where in a Christian household, so that stuff was always like, you know, taboo. But then like I tried to give like an open mind to it at some point, and I'm just not into it, man. I'm just not. I don't feel comfortable, you know, in that realm of things.
Yeah. No, I get it. And there's a lot of bullshit out there, man. We talk about it, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I said, there's no church or spiritual, or I'm none of those things. And I don't believe in any one of those things.
Right.
I believe in everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that makes more sense to it. That means nobody's influencing me, right?
Yeah,
I believe in everything. So whatever I feel, where I feel God is what's true.
Right. Yeah. I get that because a lot of people, when you grow up like in a religious household and you grow up around religion, you kind of just like you grow up believing things because you're told to.
Because you're told, yeah, but that's everything in life. Yeah.
And then you're not your own person. You're just what you're told to be.
Exactly.
You know, and your beliefs are decided for you.
Right.
And you know, and then you get to a point where you don't know how to think for yourself. And you know, I think the most precious thing in this world, you know, is the ability to think for myself.
Yeah,
the
being able to
ability
figure on your own, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like cut my arms off, cut my legs off, make me immobile. You know, no one can take your mind from you if you ensure that you have control of your own mind, you know.
That's exactly the reason why I am everything, and I believe in everything when I go with where I feel God, because I don't want to be influenced by anybody or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fault. That's why I don't like organized or order. You know, I just don't like it. I'm fucking rebel against it. Anything organized or order, man, I get turned off, dude.
Right. Same for sure. Yeah, man. So you're not ready to talk about the next big thing for you yet, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No, because it's still up in the air, bro.
Right.
I haven't, made a decision. I'm kind of thinking on it. I went and met with them. It's another business I want to buy, and I went and met with them, and I was like, I'm gonna sit and think over it.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I'm not sure what my next thing is, man. But I have about 3 or 4 different things, man. And as soon as I know, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, too, is not saying it, bro. Because when you say shit, dude, then it doesn't happen. You know? But,
right.
There's several different directions. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm just waiting for the end of this bull run, Yeah. Because nothing's going to happen until this bull run's over, man. I pull out of the market, and then I'll make my decision.
I bet you're fucking feeling good on this run right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better, but still, Bitcoin dominance is, Bitcoin dominance has gone down. We've had, I think, we had about 4 red candles on the daily chart. We had 4 red candles in a row. Then we had a green, then we had another red, and then we had another green today. But it's still in a downtrend, man. And that's it. I'm just waiting on, Bitcoin dominance. So, it's down to like, I think it went from 65 to 62% or 61.5. I'm looking for down in, 40%.
Yeah.
That's when I pull out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're far from that, but that's how it goes, is it just drops all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we got to wait and see, but back in November, it dropped down 7%, you know, and then, and it broke a downtrend from fucking the past 3 years. It's been an uptrend, and it broke that downtrend. It finally gave a lower low. And so everybody thought it was going down, but then it fucking went back up, you know? So I don't know what's going to happen, man. But,
yeah, it's pretty unpredictable right now, right?
It is, dude. And all these different influencers and these chart readers and everything, everybody's wrong. Everybody ends up being wrong once or twice, you know? And so are you going to follow them and be wrong at that time? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just following it. You know, I'm just Bitcoin dominance, dude, is where it's at for me, man.
Yeah.
And that's about it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Investing almost goes along with the whole idea that, like, yeah, man, there's all these people out there that are supposed to be the gurus and know what's going to happen. And they're supposed, you know, and you're right. A lot of the time those people are wrong. And it's like with investing, sometimes you got to use your gut feeling on investing too, man.
Yeah. And same like we're talking about religion, man. I can't follow any other way. I'm just watching, dude, and watching things repeat themselves. And so just by watching, so the only way to learn it, man, is from experience, you know? So with the knowledge I get from this bull run, I mean, dude, I'm going to retire on the next bull run, you know, from the knowledge I got from this one, from making all these mistakes. And I made a lot, man. And they talk about it too. Like, you got to pay your dues to the market.
Right.
Like you have to lose, you know, and I did some losing, man, in the last 2 years, man. I've done some losing, and I've made some major mistakes. But we're still, you know, what's tight, dude, is this kid, oh man, what's his name? Calvin, dude. Right. I met him 3 years ago, back in 2022. So I was looking in Facebook, and I was like, oh, this dude looks familiar. And I friend requested him. So he messaged me this morning, and, you know, 3 years ago, man, I met him at this house party I was at. I was supporting a guy I know who's an up and coming rapper, and it went to his house party, man. And I met this kid, and I was talking to this kid all night, dude. And he's just, dude, he's like 21 or something, bro, but such a good kid. Didn't drink or nothing, was there. And we talked all night, bro. And he, you know, the family he came from, and, you know, we're going to have him on the show, dude. And so he messaged me, he goes, and, you know, he just met me that night. I could have been some crazy person, but I'm talking about Abraham Hicks, you know, my spiritual awakening, my whole story. Right. And he messaged me, he goes, XRP. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I go, oh, were you that dude? He's like, yeah, I remember you told me to buy XRP. And then I'm like, well, did you? He goes, yeah. So he bought it, bro, back for 50 cents, dude. You know what I mean? And he's up a 6X right now, dude. It just made me so happy, bro, because he didn't even know who I was, dude. Right. But that's how smart this kid is, dude, that he was able to recognize our conversation, that it held value and that I held value, and he took action on it, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got good friends that never took action, bro, and didn't listen. They're like, whatever, you know? So this random kid, and I'm having lunch with him, dude, on he just got his realtor's license a month and a half, because he was talking about, and here's some kid talking about nobody does shit right, but this fucking kid's doing it, dude. You know what I mean? So like, I'm having breakfast with them next Tuesday and going to introduce him to some networking in the city, so he can get his name out there. And it just put such a big smile on my face, bro, that somebody listened, dog. Somebody listened. Like, I have, like, for this kid, just because, you know, you listen, like, I'll do anything for this kid to help him out. You know what I'm saying? Because he listened and took fucking action, bro. He went and got his realtor's license. He's fucking 21 years old or whatever, dude. And he came from kind of a hard situation, you know, growing up, man. And fucking, dude, it just fucking touches my heart, man. I love seeing that, bro. And so it's like, you give, you know, you take the knowledge that and I don't know everything, bro, but you take the knowledge that you learn, when people listen and they take action, bro, makes you so happy, because so many people don't.
It goes back to, like, you know, when you experience, you know, when you awaken and you start going through, you know, these great experiences where you start, you know, building a lot of personal growth, going through spiritual awakening, and just like really start, you know, doing inner work and finding yourself, and you feel so good, and you want to let everyone know, and you tell everyone, and no one wants to listen. But again, you tell, you know, 1,000 people and no one wants to listen, but that one person that listens, it makes it all worth it.
It makes it so worth it, man. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to have breakfast with this kid, man.
Right on, man.
And so it's awesome, bro.
So we're hitting time. It's about that time. Good discussion today. Love that shit. I love what we're doing, man, and appreciate all you guys who are are listening and supporting, and we're gonna keep doing this. So yeah, keep watching, keep commenting, keep loving us, keep hating us. I don't give a shit. We love you, whether you love us or hate us. Hit us up, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Love y'all.
And reshare our videos.
Reshare.
Reshare our videos.
Absolutely.
Later.
Peace.